My name's Heather Elliott. I am 34 years old and I live in Lancaster County. It was June 18th, 2020, and I started experiencing some upper left-sided chest pain, pretty intense. I was getting ready for work and getting my kids up. I have two boys and we were getting ready to go to my mom's. So I really just thought it was my reflux and that I couldn't have been having a heart attack or any cardiac issue at 33. And I wasn't stressed. It was a really good day. Started off normal. I've had way more stressful mornings with two little boys. So I definitely didn't think it was cardiac related. And that's why I kind of just went about my day and figured it would go away. So after dropping them off, I drove another 25 minutes to my office. And although I didn't make it, so I had to pull over. Things started to get a little worse for me. My chest pain was definitely worse. I began sweating. The ironic thing or the weird thing was my fingers went stick straight. I literally could not bend them and my arms felt like they weighed a ton. So I called my husband and he got a hold of 911. By the time 911 arrived, or I should say the ambulance, I was feeling better. So I actually declined to go with the ambulance. My blood pressure was normal. My symptoms had started to resolve. And we decided just to go to my actual doctor's office. And the EKG that was performed compared to my previous EKG did reveal some changes. And I was having ST depressions. At that time, I declined blood work. We all felt that it could be anxiety related. I didn't really fit the picture of heart attack. I'm usually a pretty calm person. So for me to think I had an anxiety attack, I couldn't overcome that. And I decided to reach out and get that blood work that I declined. And my primary care doctor called me that evening about 9 o'clock with the results of my blood work. I had an elevated troponin. Because I have been in the medical field for quite a while now, once the results came back, I clearly knew what the blood work level meant. It is a cardiac enzyme marker, so I knew that there had to have been some type of cardiac damage, and she had wanted me to report to the emergency room. So I did, and we got to the emergency room. Next thing I knew, I had a whole bunch of people in my room just getting information, more blood work, x-rays, things like that. They determined that I likely suffered a coronary artery spasm, closed my coronary artery about 70%, and I was administered nitroglycerin and started on a new regimen of medication. So I have been religious about taking my medication just because I do worry, when is it going to happen again? Since my prognosis has been good, I have been better, but those first couple months, the emotional effects that I had were new to me. I hadn't experienced those concerns or those worries, or the why was also another issue. A lot of people say it's because of stress. I will put a lot of stress on myself. I'm a mom, I work full time, and I'm in school for my bachelor's. That is the only reason we can really come up with anything. So I think that was one of the more difficult parts of it, of not knowing really why that happened and still not really knowing. The coronary artery spasm that caused my heart attack is not something that a lot of people are aware of, or it's just not talked about often. So it's important for me to let people know about it, just so that they don't ignore those symptoms of chest pain and shortness of breath. I had wrote a blog just to tell my story so that people realize that this is something that can happen to them even at 33. And I think after heart attacks, it's something that we do to ourselves where I know I did it to myself, where I felt like I didn't want the attention, that I kind of felt like people may have thought or maybe doubted me, or that I was making it out to be something that it wasn't. So my advice would be to not worry about that, to take care of yourself, listen to your body. And when you know you need treatment, go ahead and go for it. Don't be scared that you're overreacting.